Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Fox United here, and welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on my channel. Today we are back with another episode of my F1 2016 career mode with McLaren Honda, and we are at the Hungarian Grand Prix. And as you can see, we have got our new part fitted, which is the chassis weight for our car, which is an upgraded, which is going to make our chassis nice and lighter, which overall is going to make the car lighter. So if you do enjoy today's video, drop a like, that'd be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you have not watched a video on my channel before. And this is where we are currently in the R&D performance comparison system. So as you can see, we're currently the fourth fastest car, closing in on Red Bull, and there is our progress for what we've been doing. Look at the driver's standings. You can see that we're still in 6th in the championship, Button there down in 12th. In the Constructors' Championship, we are still in 4th place. And then, of course, into the trophy room, you can see we got the 3rd place in Bahrain, the win in China, and the 2nd place in Silverstone. But here we are now at the Hungarian Grand Prix, and we start off with the track acclimatization test. You can see that we have got purple everywhere apart from a red in one part and a green in another part of the acclimatization. But we come through there to come and take home the full 50 resource points, which is absolutely awesome. I had a go at the tyre wear test around Hungary, and as you can see here, I set purple on my first 3 laps, and here on my final lap I came across the line and set purple. So I really found it easy to do the tyre wear test around here, which is absolutely awesome. And then finally, as you can see, we're coming around and doing the qualifying simulation run on the super soft tyres with the DRS activated, coming towards the line now. You can see there we have beaten the target the team have set us, and we're going to be getting the maximum 50 resource points. So a complete whitewash in practice. We've got maximum resource points, which is absolutely awesome. As you can see now, we're coming through here, collecting our resource points, getting all of the participations, getting the resource points for the practice programs and the team objectives and so on. 221 resource points there, and then we're going to get some zeros here. I didn't take part in practice 2 or 3, so we did not get the session points for that. I may have to do that, just go into the practice session and then just go back out of it again to get the extra 10 resource points. It's nothing big, but it can definitely help us in the future, and it will stack up. But here are the qualifying rules there. They're what the team have set us for this qualifying session. And as we go onto the laptop, you can see there we are losing the rivalry with Nico Rosberg by a long way, by 10 points now. But again, I'm not racing the Mercedes, I'm sort of racing my own race. So as we head into Q1 here, I'm actually going on the soft tyres because I actually believe that I can get around this track on the soft tyres. I found a setup video on YouTube, and I've been using this setup here in Hungary, and it worked a treat. You can see Jenson Button, my teammate, up in 4th. We qualified in 15th, I believe it was, which was good enough to get us into Q2 and not have to use the setup to super soft tyres, which is amazing. We're coming around now. Vettel there setting the fastest lap of 21.2, I believe that says. We come across the line there and we're 1.1 seconds off the pace. And luckily that gets us into Q3. Only just. We are P10. However, the person that was actually in P11 was 6/10 slower than our fastest lap. So we were kind of comfortable getting into Q3, but we were on just the edge. But now going into Q3 here, we are now racing towards the line here, and as you can see, we get our car into 7th on the grid. And this was on Legend AI. The previous one was on Expert by accident, but this one was definitely on Legend, and that's my highest qualifying position on Legend AI actually ever. So I was really impressed with that for McLaren. So here comes a bunch more resource points going to be coming our way. 10 points, 30 points, 10 points, 10 points, 10 points, then 10 points, and another 10 points. So 90 resource points going straight into the bank here. But unfortunately, as you can see there, Rosberg absolutely dominating in the into the rivalry. That's 3 losses to Rosberg now, but of course, again, we're just not racing the Mercedes. The McLaren Honda is not competitive enough yet to be racing the Mercedes. They definitely should have given me rivals against like the Williams and even the Red Bulls. Maybe I could fight against them, but having one against Rosberg is dumb. Hopefully the team does give us a new rival, because Rosberg we've lost 3 times now. Maybe they'll give us a new rival in the next Grand Prix. But now we're going to be heading to the race, so I'll see you guys there.
We've seen some astonishing Grand Prix here over the years, haven't we? The drama of 2015 is a recent example. Jenson Button's first win on a wet track in 2006, or in 1997, Damon Hill's heartbreak in the Arrows after a late gearbox failure cost him what would have been the team's only ever victory. What a wonderful place this is to come racing today. Located 12 miles northeast of the Hungarian capital Budapest, the 14 corners of the Hungaroring are steeped in history and prestige. Overtaking has always been difficult on this technical 2.7-mile circuit, but the last few years in particular have turned up some exceptional races. Let's hope we're in for another one here today. With me to enjoy it all is Anthony Davidson, a man who made his Grand Prix debut here with Minardi back in 2002. So, Ant, this is a bit of a special one for you, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'd say so. I also stood in to commentate on Jensen's win in 2006, and as I was a test driver for Honda at the time, you can imagine that was quite an emotional Grand Prix. It's also a tough circuit on the drivers, this one too. Lots of long, slow corners that require a lot of patience from inside the car. Plus, it's a very downforce heavy circuit. I mean, it's all relative, of course, but if you're lacking a bit in downforce, or if you've got a bit of an imbalance in the setup, this is definitely one of the worst places to have to deal with that.
This is a really good starting position for us. Let's try not to lose it.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Verstappen, Nico Rosberg and Vettel, and McLaren, Button, Bottas and Felipe Massa, Sainz, Grosjean, Esteban Gutierrez and Kvyat, Perez, Haryanto, Pascal Wehrlein and Felipe Nasser, Hülkenberg and Magnussen, Marcus Ericsson and Jolyon Palmer rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Alright then, so as you can see, we are now at the race for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Remember, we're lining up 7th on the grid. The strategy is shown right there. They're going to start us on the super soft tyres. Then we're going to go to the soft tyres, and they're going to take us all the way to the end of the race. Hopefully we can try and make this work, but we'll have to just wait and find out. Rosberg in front of us in 5th position, or directly in front of us, sorry. Vettel is in 6th. He's on the super soft tyres. I know Rosberg in 5th is on the soft tyres, so he's on a slower compounder tyre. So he's going to be going longer in his first stint than we are, and then hopefully that will work out for us. But yeah, ever since we changed alternate strategies in previous races, such as I believe it was like Azerbaijan and tracks like that, we did start with the softer tyres, but that didn't work. But anyway, we're going to be going now to the 5 red lights here for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and there's lights out, and away we go. And what an electric start we got. We go straight past Vettel. Rosberg on the soft tyres doesn't get the traction that he wants. Raikkonen there in 4th position. Verstappen, Hamilton, Ricciardo. We're going to try and lunge the car right up into the inside, and we do just that. A late braking manoeuvre. We're going to give Hamilton the space around the inside of turn 1, and we are up into 3rd place. Hamilton gets on the curb and loses the back end of the car, and we're going to be drag racing Hamilton now down into turn 2. And as you can see here, into turn 2, right round the outside, we're going to keep the car going, and then we got the inside line, a bit of contact down into turn 3. Hamilton backs out a move, and we've gone from 7th to 2nd. And what a fantastic start for us. Ricciardo leads this race. We're now in 2nd, Hamilton 3rd, Verstappen I believe is in 4th, followed by Raikkonen, Rosberg and Vettel. Some yellow flags behind, but we don't really care about that. All we care about is there's a car actually stranded down the back there, so someone has made contact in this race. But we have done exactly what we set out to do, and that was to get yet another good start. And we got such good traction off the line. I know Rosberg was on the soft tyres, so that traditionally they're not going to give as much traction as the super soft tyres. But Vettel got a bad start, which helped us out there. And then Rosberg, obviously with his soft tyres, didn't help him out, and then we managed to make that lunge down the inside. But Ricciardo already seems to be getting away from us a little bit here as we now enter into the final 2 corners, into this left-hander and then into the right-hander. We struck the car into rich fuel mixture. You can see the tyre wear already at 20%, because I actually made a mistake and I actually did 2 runs on the super soft tyres on this set. So we're definitely going to maybe have to come in earlier for our pit stop. But as you can see there, Ricciardo setting the fastest lap of the race. Lewis Hamilton closes to come down into turn 1. Not enough straight line there for Lewis Hamilton to make a run on us, luckily. So we managed to maintain P2 in this Grand Prix, and a brilliant start. So let's get a look at the replay then. So as you can see, Ricciardo gets a clean getaway. Hamilton actually gets quite a slow getaway, but you can see there, look, Verstappen is coming in on his inside, because Hamilton didn't actually get the best of starts. But luckily for us, we managed to dive down the inside. Verstappen managed to hold his position. Rosberg there making a lunge on literally everyone, and there's a little bit of contact there between Rosberg and Verstappen. He has to sit in behind Raikkonen, so I believe he got in front of Vettel there. But we go right around the outside of Hamilton into turn 2. Going to give us the better line going into turn 3 there. Hamilton then has to run wide, and we give him the space so he can get back onto the circuit. Ricciardo there leads the race going up into the blind crest of turn 4. We then follow behind with a massive queue of cars there, all battling each other as we go round now turn 5. And then coming towards the chicane of 6 and 7. Hamilton just a little bit behind us. Ricciardo there out in front, everything going his way. We just need to focus on maintaining position, because I don't know if we're going to be able to catch Ricciardo. But as you can see, we're coming through this middle sector now, and this is where we're mostly dominant. I put a setup on this car to give me not that much straight line speed and as much downforce as I can to cope around the difficult twisty corners of Hungary, because it's not exactly an easy track to overtake on. So that's what I thought, and that's why I'm happy that I managed to move up to the position that I am in now, with Lewis Hamilton, of course, right behind me. Coming down the second to last corner here, the long left-hander, then followed by the long right-hander to go down onto the main straight there. Hamilton right behind us, in fact, you can see him there. Really was close to us as we were coming into this final corner. Hamilton then tries to get a run on us, and as we come down towards turn 1, this is when Lewis Hamilton is going to get that run on us like we just saw at the end of the first lap from my POV there. Hamilton sticking right behind us. He never actually made the move for it, but we skip ahead now to lap 3 of the Grand Prix, and coming towards lap 4 now. Lewis Hamilton has been sizing a move on us, and DRS has now been enabled, and this is going to give the power for Lewis Hamilton. He goes to the left-hand side, but actually doesn't quite make it stick. Makes contact with us on our rear end. His front wing is slightly damaged. Lewis Hamilton breaks into turn 1, but we decide to take the inside line, and Hamilton has to back out of it. But a little bit of contact there. Hamilton was trying to go to the left, to the right-hand side of the circuit. I covered the right-hand side, but he was going too quickly. Didn't break out of it. Luckily, it didn't spin me around. It only damaged the end plate on Hamilton's car, so that's not too bad. Ricciardo, though, pulling away ever more, and my tyres are going off here. And on lap 4, coming to lap 5, Hamilton now gets a run on us, and you can see there's Max Verstappen. Hamilton gets clean through on us. Verstappen, Raikkonen, and Vettel all looking for a way past. Even my teammates in the back of this queue. I tried to go around the outside of Lewis Hamilton. It doesn't quite work. Hamilton gets the position, and he sticks to it. Now it's the drag race between me and Raikkonen. Raikkonen's got DRS, so he's going to be a lot quicker than us going down into turn 2. We brake nice and late, but our cars get glued together, and it sent us wide. Vettel takes the opening and goes straight into 3rd place. I hate that glitch on this game. I turned in, and then me and my rear tyre and Raikkonen's front tyre both connected, and it just glues you together, and we both ran wide, which is really, really annoying. And Vettel has made it through, and we're down into 4th place, but Pascal Wehrlein is out of the race, and Hülkenberg is out of the race. So let's go and have a quick little replay of what happened here. So they're just behind us here, coming down towards turn 4, and there's a big crash there between Hülkenberg and Wehrlein. Oh, straight into the Sauber as well. Hülkenberg and Wehrlein with a massive incident. Here it is again. So Perez gets knocked in front. Wehrlein goes in to take escaping action. Hülkenberg has get hits from all of this, and then he goes careering straight into the Sauber, and also Haryanto collecting a lot of that. A big accident there between Hülkenberg and Wehrlein. Surprised there was no safety car involved in all of that, but we're now coming towards into the pit lane now. We decided to make a pit stop. We decided to try and go for a little bit of an undercut, but due to the fact that my super soft tyres have worn down now, because of course I made that mistake in qualifying, because I wanted to set a faster lap in Q2 to try and confirm my place into Q3. But what I actually did, instead of using the brand new set of super soft tyres, I accidentally used the same set. Now, because I set my fastest lap on those worn tyres, I had to use those in the race, and that's why I was struggling a lot to get the grip. But as you can see, we're out of the pits now on lap 6. Felipe Massa behind us on the super soft tyres, Kevin Magnussen in front of us on the soft tyres. So hopefully we don't get held up too much. We've got a nice little clean gap there. My engineers just told me on the radio that Magnussen, I believe, does not have much of a front wing. We skip ahead now to lap 8 of the Grand Prix. Verstappen is now behind us. Vettel still in front of us, just in front there. Everyone now making their pit stops, of course. And now Valtteri Bottas is out of the race. A couple of retirements coming in this Grand Prix, and we're going to have a little look at that now. So we come on through, Bottas coming through this next sector now, and there it is, an engine failure for Valtteri Bottas, slowing him down, and that is going to take him out of the race, affecting Grosjean there, and one of the Toro Rossos trying to get in on the action there. So unlucky there for Valtteri Bottas. He is out of the race. We're down to 19 runners. But as you can see, we have got Max Verstappen closing in behind us. He is going to have the DRS coming down this main straight. We cover the inside line. Max Verstappen's going to stay right around the outside of us, going down into turn 1. Verstappen gets the move clean, but we late brake into turn 1 like we have done on all our defensive maneuvers. And as you can see, we give some space to Verstappen because he stays with it, but eventually he slots back into 4th place. And we are now defending for a podium here. I don't know where Lewis Hamilton actually is. Hamilton was in front of us. Remember, it was Ricciardo, Hamilton, Vettel, then myself. Now it's Ricciardo, Vettel, me. Verstappen, Raikkonen, Button, and Hamilton somewhere back down. But here you can see Verstappen making a lot of contact with us. The Mad Max himself, we go around the final corner. We take a wide exit here to try and compromise Verstappen's exit speed, and we cover now the middle of the circuit to make sure that we can either go to the left or the right hand side of the circuit. Verstappen here with DRS, we decide to cover the outside line going into turn 1 this time. Late braking maneuver, we close the door firmly shut on Max Verstappen going into turn 1. You can see it there, they all had to back out of it, and that's going to give us a little bit of breathing space here on lap 11 of the Grand Prix, because it's really heating up, and I'm now defending for my 3rd place to get a podium in this race. But lap 11 now, coming on to lap 12, Kimi Raikkonen got a move done on Max Verstappen, and now he fancies a run, and that's going down into turn 1. So once again, you can see Raikkonen here. I'm in the rich fuel mixture, so I'm giving it everything I've got. I move to the right hand side of the circuit. Raikkonen comes through on the left hand side of the circuit, breaking down into turn 1 here. Raikkonen has to back out of the move. Again, we defensively get ourselves through, but Raikkonen again, just like the Max Verstappen, he's staying with it. He's coming right now on the outside into turn 2. Contact again made between me and Raikkonen, coming down into turn 2, and this is going to be a replica move of what we did to Hamilton on lap 1, down into turn 3, inside line, we go super wide, breaking off that thing, and there we just saw there, Raikkonen actually came back onto the circuit and made contact with Verstappen, and Verstappen doesn't have a front wing anymore, so contact between Raikkonen and Verstappen front wingless, and that's going to mean he's going to have to make a pit stop, which I don't really care about, because that's going to be one less driver constantly clawing all over my backside. But lap 13, Raikkonen fancies another run us. We give him that room. You can see the straight line speed of the Ferrari and what he's got, and then breaking into turn 1. Once again, we make a late braking move into turn 1, and Raikkonen has to back out of the move. And this time, Jenson Button, my teammate, gets through on Raikkonen, so it's a McLaren 3-4 right now in this race. A great move from Jenson Button. We go a little bit wide into turn 2. Lap 13 coming on to lap 14 now, and Jenson Button feels like a podium should be his, and he's going to make a run on us. So he goes to the right left-hand side of the circuit. Again, we cover that inside line. Button comes storming through. We brake super late into turn 1. He may be my teammate, and Raikkonen may be right behind, but I want the podium, and Raikkonen gets back past Jenson Button. Lewis Hamilton has now joined into this party, so a Mercedes car is now back in the running, and he fancies a run trying to get this podium place, which I am holding on for dear life right now in this Grand Prix. Just constant defending. Hopefully we can try and keep this on, but Raikkonen gets a great run coming into turn 4. Great traction from Ryan coming out from Raikkonen coming down into turn 3 there, but into turn 4 there's just not enough space for him. And now coming on to lap 15 of the Grand Prix. Again, this main straight is just my death straight right now. It's just where they're all blasting through. Raikkonen here with the DRS comes storming past, and as you can see, coming into turn 1, we go super late. We have to take a bigger lunge this time than normal, and we get straight pack past. And Jenson Button, my teammate, again moving up into 4th place in this race. But if Button tries to have a go at us, of course, we are going to defend against him. And as you can see now, onto lap 16, Lewis Hamilton has actually overtaken Jenson Button, and Button's fallen back now. So onto lap 16, come on to lap 17, we've had to face a Ferrari, we've faced a Red Bull, we've faced a McLaren, now we've got to reface the Mercedes. Hamilton was our challenger before the pit stop, and he just breezes past us, but going down into turn 1, once again, we go right round the inside of Hamilton, and we are not going to let him through. We are going to keep this position. Our tyres have warmed down. We haven't been very kind on our tyres because we've been super defensive this entire race, and now going down into turn 2 here and towards turn 3 and turn 4 we are still in front. But lap 17 going on to lap 18 now, you can see Hamilton once again in good range to get a blast of DRS and get past us again. Final lap of this Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton goes to the left hand side of the circuit. We let him have the left hand side of the circuit, but we brake super late going down into turn 1. Clean move around the inside of Hamilton, and we've managed to maintain P3 in this Grand Prix, and all we are doing is we are battling for this podium. I really want a back-to-back podiums. Last time we did back-to-back podiums, of course, was China and Bahrain, so I want to do another back-to-back here. We started in 7th place, and this is what happens, of course. My qualifying position has improved, and we're now fighting for podiums here and fighting the Mercedeses, and we just got to hold it off through this final lap. Coming to the crest of turn 4, now down into turn 5 here, a little bit wide on the exit, but then we try and sort ourselves out. Coming towards turn 6 and 7, the difficult chicane here, brake nice and late, bang onto turn 6, great entrance, a bit too much curb on turn 7 there, nothing too bad, braking hard into turn 8 in this left-hander, and then into turn 9, as you can see, we're turning in nice and early. Turn 9 was nice, good corner there from turn 9. Now coming in towards turn 10, again, you can see Hamilton just so close behind, and then turn 11 now, nicely done, good exit. Hamilton could get a run as going down into turn 12, but Daniel Ricciardo comes through, wins the Hungarian Grand Prix for Red Bull Racing, so a fantastic result for him. Vettel just coming and crossing the line now, so Vettel there, you can see him now on the minimap, goes and takes 2nd place in the race. But now it's up to us to try and hold on to our 3rd place. Round the final corner we go, taking it nice and calmly, nice and slowly. The checkered flag is there, waves for us. We come then out to sprint down towards the pit straight, and there it is, guys. We have managed to finish third in the Hungarian Grand Prix. We started in 7th place. We got a fabulous start. It went a little bit wrong at the end of the stint, but the undercut definitely worked, and I don't know where Hamilton went during the pit stops. He obviously made some problems, but a great result for us in McLaren. Another podium for us, which is absolutely fantastic. Ricciardo there with the race win for Red Bull Racing. A brilliant result for him. There I am there, just getting out of my car. Fantastic result for McLaren. I believe Button got 5th. I need to double check the leaderboard or the standings, but if so, that's going to be a great... Oh no, there, Raikkonen got 5th, so Button's going to get 6th place then. In this race. So Raikkonen did overtake Jenson Button at some point, but Ricciardo coming on the podium, Vettel there, and there's myself for McLaren here in Budapest. A fabulous result. Next race is going to be the German Grand Prix. If you did enjoy this race, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and I hope you guys did enjoy this race. It's a very, very defensive race for us. But the setup changes, the setups that we finally are now starting to run after people have started to work out setups that I'm now just using, definitely helped us out in that race. I felt a lot quicker, a lot more suited to the track. I could have done with maybe a little bit more wing to give me a bit more straight line speed, but nevertheless we did that perfectly, and as you can see there, Button did finish in, I think Button did finish in 5th actually, but anyway, there's the driver standing. So Ricciardo with that win pulls away from us. We stay in 6th position, but we are now ahead of Max Verstappen, who was tied on points with us, but unfortunately his poor result has left him down the order. He didn't actually score a point, I believe, but Mercedes still in front, Hamilton and Rosberg. Rosberg didn't actually score a point, so I don't know what happened to Rosberg either, but disaster for Mercedes in terms of their championship aspirations. But that's going to be the end of the race. But I didn't actually, I forgot to record the end of this Grand Prix. My recording turned off. I actually show it for you guys now. I actually upgraded the drag ready for the German Grand Prix. That didn't actually show me, I didn't show you purchasing it because I stopped the recording, and then I turned on the drag, and I forgot that I stopped recording, so I just quickly turned on my recording again, and as you can see here, I've got the drag. So I'll see you guys for the German Grand Prix in the next race. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys then. Take care. Peace.